One day, in the grand palace of King Akbar, the emperor was reflecting on his ministers and his people. He felt an immense sense of pride at being surrounded by such wise and intelligent individuals. He loudly boasted and praised them, his voice echoing through the halls. Suddenly, a thought struck him. I am truly blessed to be surrounded by such brilliance. I know our kingdom is filled with intelligence. But I wonder, is there anyone truly foolish in our realm? Surely there must be, though I suspect they are exceedingly rare. I wish to see them. Does anyone have any ideas? Akbar proclaimed to everyone present. A hush fell over the room. Nervous glances were exchanged. Fearful of their king, everyone hastily replied, No, your majesty, all the people in your kingdom are undeniably intelligent under your wise rule. Everyone, that is, except for Birbal, who remained thoughtfully silent. Akbar turned to him and asked, Birbal, why do you say nothing? Birbal calmly responded, I am simply considering, your majesty, that surely there must be some fools, not only in our kingdom, but everywhere. The world wouldn't be as it is without them. Everyone else believes there are no fools in my kingdom except you, Akbar declared, his voice edged with annoyance. Very well then, find 10 fools and present their names to me. You have 1 month to prove your point. With a respectful bow, Birbal set off on his unusual quest. Birbal began his search right outside the palace gates. He soon spotted a man approaching, sitting on a donkey, yet bizarrely carrying a large bundle of hay on his head. Birbal approached him and asked, Why are you carrying the hay on your head instead of having the donkey carry it? Surely the donkey could easily bear both you and the hay. The man replied earnestly, Because the donkey can only carry my weight. If I put the hay on him too, it will be far too much. Birbal chuckled to himself, Ah, my first fool, and promptly wrote down the man's name. The next day, Birbal continued his search on horseback. He came across a man lying on the ground with his arms held up in the air. Thinking the man might be ill, Birbal dismounted to help, but the man cried out, No! No! Don't touch my hands! Confused, Birbal asked why. The man explained, My wife told me to buy a pot exactly this size. If I move my hands, I'll lose the measurement. And if I get the wrong size pot, she'll scold me for the rest of my days. Birbal thought, What a prize fool, and added his name to his list. As Birbal turned to mount his horse, a man suddenly bumped into him, sending them both sprawling. Hey, don't you have eyes? Birbal exclaimed. The man quickly stood up and shouted back, You've ruined it! Ruined what? Birbal asked. The man explained, I was chasing my voice to see how far it would carry. Now I have to start all over again. Birbal rolled his eyes and added yet another name to his growing list. Birbal journeyed to a nearby village. In the center, a crowd had gathered, watching something intently. Birbal joined them and found 2 men in the midst of a heated argument. Why are you quarreling, gentlemen? Birbal asked. One man said, He threatened to unleash his tiger on my buffalo. He doesn't even have a buffalo, the other retorted. Birbal, thoroughly confused, asked, Do you have a tiger then? The first man admitted he did not. Birbal asked them to explain from the beginning. They admitted they were just imagining scenarios of what they'd wish for if granted a boon. One had said he'd ask for a buffalo for milk to sell, and the other joked he'd get a tiger to eat the buffalo. The argument escalated. A passerby carrying a pot of oil became so agitated by their foolish debate that he cried, If you think I'm a fool, then let this oil flow like water. He dropped the pot, spilling all the oil, then wailed, Oh, what have I done? Birbal realized the true folly and added all 3 to his list. Exhausted, Birbal decided to continue the search the next day. Returning home in the dark, illuminated only by the full moon, he noticed a man searching on the ground. The man said he'd lost his ring. Birbal offered to help, but asked where he'd lost it. Under that bush. The man pointed to a distant, dark bush. Then why are you searching here? Birbal asked. It's too dark there. It's much brighter here, the man explained. Birbal sighed and added another name. Further on, he saw another man searching under the moonlight. This one claimed to be looking for buried treasure he'd marked with a cloud. The cloud moved, so my treasure must be gone too, he cried. Speechless, Birbal added this 8th fool to his list. The next day, Birbal went to the palace. Akbar asked, "Have you forgotten your task?" Birbal bowed and said, "No, your majesty, I have completed it." He recounted his encounters, causing much laughter in the court. Akbar then noted, "But that's only 8 fools." Birbal replied, "The other 2 are here in the court." Shocked gasps filled the room. "You, your majesty," Birbal said to Akbar, "are the 9th fool for ordering me on such a quest, and I am the 10th fool for accepting it." Akbar was initially stunned, then realized the cleverness and humor of Birbal's response. He burst into laughter and praised Birbal's wit.